Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Ripto. I'm Christian and in today's video we've got an exciting token called Verasity. Now many of you would have heard of this recently as it's been doing some awesome kind of gains. But I invested in this token early back in January and started to find out a lot more about it. So I've never done a video on it, so I thought today I'm going to deep dive in and give you a brief information of what Verasity token is and why I think it's doing so well in the market. I'm also of course going to give you price chart action, where I first got in, where my sell and buy boxes were, and where I see it in the future. So if you want to know more about this awesome token, stay tuned and let's get into the video. So before I start today's awesome video, I have to say anything that you see, hear or choose to ignore in this video is not financial advice. We go through this bit every video, but it is for your protection. So always do your own research and look into these tokens. I am purely here for your educational purposes only. So with that bit being said, we're going to jump into what we normally like to do, and that's coin market cap very briefly to see how is Verasity token doing. So let's jump straight in. Boom. So here we go, Verasity token. It's down 7.5% on the day, but if you have a look at the past month, from the low of 2 cents or 2.5 cents to the high of 6.6, you can see this token's been doing really well. But that's not the be all and end all of Verasity token. It's not all I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about is the kind of journey I've had with Verasity token from when I brought it back in January to where it's standing now and what price predictions I think this is going to look at. But before I do that, I just wanted the new people to this token to sort of get a brief idea of a little bit, because this token has a massive user case of what Verasity is and does. So we're going to now look at the price, jump into their website. I'll go through it a little bit with you. Socials will tickle on a little bit. But the main important thing on this token is, for me, the longevity of the investment. Now, you can leave a comment below if you are a fan of VRA or you're not. But for me, and I'm going to show you my wallet on VRA, which I don't normally do on my video, to show you how this token has really stood miles apart for me, up there with the likes of Engine and Matic. So let's jump straight into the website so I can tell you briefly about what Verasity does. Now, I'll tell you a little bit here about how it works and what they say on the website. But I also have to tell you that their main stand apart kind of platform was that they deal with advertising fraud. The advertising fraud in the industry of fake views, fake advertising, sort of what people are saying getting viewed and not, was a real big problem with the industry. Now, I cannot remember the exact figures, but I think we're talking about tens of billions of pounds lost. So Verasity token seen a gap in that market on the blockchain, built that technology, and now they're working with some mass big partners, which if you have a look up here, they will work with the likes of YouTube, Twitch, Vimeo, and everyone obviously that's watching this video would have heard of these because obviously you're on YouTube channel yourself. So this is a massive big key players for these. And also, if you pop over to their website, it will tell you a lot about what they sort of adapt to, with the staking, which is extremely high. 25.5% is phenomenal. Now, how long they'll do that for, I don't know. But hopefully for the amount that it stays in, you can stake and hire some big returns on VRA. Now, they also got the kind of platforms for the gaming and the competitions where you have to buy the token to enter them and sort of compete in them, and you get rewarded and paid back in that token. But if I just quickly pop back to how it works, it says the buyer buys the VRA. So obviously the influencers, the game developers, the publishers, and then obviously this builds value for their audience. On top of this, they say they reach to engage potential users playing in tournaments, subscribing to the games, or viewing the videos with sponsors in with the VRA token. Now, I know a lot of you have already seen this kind of thing and think, oh, well, that's nothing new. But please remember, this is just a small part of their user case. Here it says users earn VRA. So influencers, gamers, and viewers can all earn VRA from their activities, which is cool. You know, everyone's liking these NFT play to earn. So if you can earn tokens like VRA and stuff in other ways, if you're not into playing games, or if you are a gamer, even just by viewing, you know, that's for me is a pretty big bonus. And obviously with their token having kind of a value of currency in their tournaments, ad campaigns, and throughout their sponsorships, it's really can see why people are backing VRA token. So here it says what I just said, earned you a percentage from all the activities. And also the big issue that we said, well, not the issue, but the big thing that we said was the stake in a VRA. It's offering some mammoth 25.5% returns. Now, I know you can go on the likes of PancakeSwap, even Bondly, I think, at the moment, and earn some crazy returns on that. But I think for the longevity of things, I think VRA will be up there. And obviously for the last one, 6, Verasity targets crypto and non-crypto users with easy on-ramp, including credit cards for fiat, as well as VRA for both VRA wallet and direct fiat credit card usage for the mass adoption. So as we all know, with especially in the UK with banks or anywhere other way, getting fiat to crypto at the moment is a little bit tricky, because obviously banks are absolutely bricking themselves that crypto's here to stay, and something they've known, but the old coffers of the banking world are finally waking up and realizing that crypto's here to stay. What do we do with it? They're panicking, they're trying to block it, FUD it, tax it, do whatever with it. But what is sure as sure and eggs as eggs is that they are absolutely bricking it and making it very difficult for us to get fiat into crypto at the moment. So the fact that these do it and a few others do is really great news. Now, this is just, like I say, a small part of it. So please do jump over to the website, do your own research, have a look and get some solid information there. Now, I always do the social, so let's jump into Twitter. And as you can see, it's got an esports fight club on the platform that is a play to earn. But also, this one is pretty much a news board. It's got 163k followers. It does have some great engagement, and it does put a lot of the info out there of what they're doing. Now, like I said, when I brought this token way back, I was using Qcoin. And Qcoin was really good for this token with the spikes and the sort of lows, because you can settle buy orders. You can choose a price to buy at and choose a price to sell at, which meant VRA for me was a really good kind of stable token that was allowing me to build my portfolio and build my platform really well. Now, obviously, I'm going to show you the wallet of mine on VRA, but when I first bought it, I'll tell you a funny story. I was watching another YouTube channel, and I'm going to give them a shout out on here. It was called Crypto Busy, and they've got an offline community, and it was one of their kind of community members that said we should have a look at VRA, because we was all having a little discussion in the Discord channel, as you do, and we decided to have a look at VRA. And it was really low at the time, so I brought around about, I think would have been about under $2,000 worth, because I had a bit of spare money from trading that I'd done when the Ethereum boom was coming on Bybit, and I thought this is the first actual token I can hold 1 million tokens of. So I thought this is absolutely insane to hold 1 million tokens for less than $2,000. So I brought them up, and as you can imagine, that then obviously stagnated for a good long while. I held them for months and months, and then boom, they rocketed up. And I'll show you my price chart action where I brought and sold them, and why I continue to hold them and buy and sell at key levels, because VRA token bounces back the most for me in an area where I can set buy orders and I can set sell orders, and I will go into that in the price chart action. But I don't hold 1 million tokens now, unfortunately. I think I'm about 601,000, which I'll show you. But for me, it was a key area to get in an early investment to start building my portfolio. But before I do that, I'm just going to quickly show you my VRA wallet to see what a potential investment of 2,000 would have got you, bearing in mind I've taken over 10,000 profit out of this, and this is what I'm left with. So as you can see, even after taking $10,000 profit, I'm still left with over $34,000 in VRA off a $2,000 investment. And this is no trickery, there's no bravado, there's no bullcrap. This was one of the pure lucky investments I've got, and it was lucky that we were just having a chat on that Discord channel that day over on Crypto Busy that I managed to get into this and make insane gains. Now, we're going to jump straight into the price chart action, and I'll pretty much show you a little bit how, boom. So now, this won't make a great deal of sense to you because these are just random lines. But what it is these are not lines that I've been looking at. These have been buy and sell lines. Now, remember back, this only goes back to March, but all the way back prior to this, all the way back around here would have been January. I was buying this token way, way, way down here. And of course it had its massive pump and went up to around about 2. And then I sold. And then I regretted it straight away because it carried on pumping, pumping and pumping and went up to nearly 3. And I thought, oh my God, I sold at 2. It went to 3. What do I do? Not an issue. I sold a part, didn't sell all of it. I didn't dollar cost average out. I should have done, but I thought I wasn't going to be in this token long. So then it went back down and I thought, okay, well, it's gone down to below the 2. I sold it now nearly 1.3. Let's buy it all back up, get your million tokens back in there and start seeing what happened. And as you can see here, from around about the 22nd of March to all the way up to about mid of April, this token done a massive pump from here to here, was about nearly a 3x. So you can imagine then I'm thinking, okay, well, I've bought this, it's gone in nearly 3x. I'm probably looking at this point around about the $16,000 mark with what I've got left. So then I started dollar cost averaging out a bit of the sales. Then we had the massive kind of correction. As you can see here, it went down and went all the way down here. And this is why I started buying VRA token again, because I knew that when it was down here, I pretty much believed in it because I thought the user case is banging, the absolute fundamentals of it. I was so bullish on it that I did buy it back up and it didn't go anywhere for a long, long time. And I've hodled it and I've hodled it and I'm still hodling it, which you can see is why that 601,000 tokens is now yielding me $34,000 after around about $42,000 profit on a $2,000 investment. So that's my story, and that's why I love VRA. As you can imagine, it's my favorite token, the second favorite token I've made the most gains on. Obviously, I forgot to say the coolness of Ethereum, but I mean out of the lower end token. So as you can see here, we are really overcooked on VRA at the moment. They've got a lot of stuff coming out. People are buying their tokens for a number of reasons. You've got loyal investors like me that love trading this token. You've got other people that are buying it for user case. You can see all this ultra volume coming in here. But I have to air caution that this is a little overcooked at the moment. But I definitely think if you look around about these levels here, that VRA should be on your platform, because I think it's going to possibly go to around about an 8, around about 8. I'm looking, it could go higher, because if you think of it, even with its market cap, which you have a look at the moment, I think there's around about 10 billion tokens. I'm just working off memory here. And the market cap's still relatively low. It's around about ADA and things like Engine and Matic that have also done them crazy pumps from low prices. You can see VRA is holding its own up there. So it's definitely one to look at. It's not reaching the $2 and the $1.50 price margins that they are. 8 cents to 9 cents, which is mad, which is absolutely mad for this token that literally spawned out of nowhere. And if it gets to sort of like a 12 cents or a 13 cents, you're still going to make crazy gains. And this is still putting in all-time highs. So at the moment, it's still going up a long way. It's done higher highs, higher lows, and it is on a massive uptrend. So I would definitely put VRA on your watch list. It's not guaranteed you're going to make as much as I did on it, because I got into this token really early. But what you are going to make on this is a clever way of using something like Qcoin, looking at these kind of levels where VRA has always bounced. If you have a look at this strong one that I put down here, 2.8 cents mark is a massive psychological platform for this token. You can see it happened all the way down here when it was having the crash before, and this is where it's sort of like nearly peaked to. And you can see it's had a lot of action here, a lot of action here, and a lot of action here. As it's kind of bottom, when it's bull running up, it always retraces down to a bottom of around about the 2.8 to the 2.6. So if it's getting momentum up and it's you see it retracing down. You can look for these key areas where it's had a lot of price chart action. And for me, if you ever get in again, or if it does come down, we have a retracement or we have a little bit area, look for the key areas where it's used as strong support. So with all that being said, and with me absolutely blowing the smoke out of VRA Verasity's backside, I will leave you with, obviously, as always, trade smart, trade safe, and don't get wrecked.